So today, we're not going to introduce anything new today. Shh, kiddos. We're not going to introduce anything new today. Phones away, please. We're not going to introduce anything new today. It's going to be really practice about all data representations. Tomorrow, we're jumping back into probability with experimental and theoretical probability tomorrow. A little bit more compound probability. We'll probably do the same thing on Thursday, and then on Friday, when I'm not here, y'all are going to be working on the review in class. Okay, working on the review in class. Okay, that will likely put the test on Monday.
Even more fun.
Yes. No, I'm probably going to put the review key online, and you will be expected to check your answers.
Are we going to have to turn in the review?
Nope. Well, this sub will be instructed that until she sees a completed review, you are to sit in your desk and do it. Got it. Okay, no. It's just a test prep. I will say that, like I've told y'all in Unit 8, all the rest of the tests I wrote. So I wrote the reviews. So the reviews are the best way to prep for the test. Okay? So let's go into this first. It says make both a box and whisker and a stem and leaf for the following numbers. Bennett, what's the very first thing we should always do no matter what? Very good. Order the numbers least to greatest. So let's see, we'll start with 6. I have 2 8s, 1, 2.
9.
I have 9.
9. Okay, yeah.
12.
14, 16,
14, 16, 16, and 20.
You got it wrong, son. You said there's no
Okay.
Stop. Stop.
Okay, so let's do stem and leaf first, just because I find it to be the easiest. Okay? Now remember, the way that it works, leaves, mathematically, can only ever be 1 digit long. Bless you. That's what the instructions said. Jackson, this is why reading, rather than being the source of entertainment, probably not a bad idea. Okay, it doesn't matter. Shh. So here's what we have. Based off the numbers that we have stems of 0, 1, and 2. And our leaves are 6, 8, 8, 9, 2, 4, 6, 6, and 0. Now, I wanted to do this because I want to point out a couple things. Make certain you are not putting commas between the leaves. That is not the proper way to write one. Okay? I don't really know how to answer the word why, other than the fact that's just the way you do it. Now, the interesting thing, this is one of those things where you will see numerous times, put it away, meaning don't just leave it sitting in your lap, put it somewhere else. You will see numerous times people do it incorrectly, so just know that there are not supposed to be commas in between. Now, kiddos, Jackson, by the way, this is why you didn't know what exactly you should be doing for the warm-up. Well, I'm glad. That doesn't change the fact that you didn't know in advance of when we were going over it. What's the very first thing you should do in order to set up a box and whisker plot, Brendan?
List the numbers out in order.
Already did that. Next.
You should down, like, from the ends and
Jackson. Find the median. So when you're finding the median, when you do this, you basically find out that 12 is our median. Okay? Jaden, what's our next step? You find your other medians. Once you find your medians, once you find your single median, it splits it into 2 different data sets. Then you find the median associated with the next 2 data sets, which, as Jackson said, are called your upper and your lower quartiles. In this case, you have 8 as your lower quartile, and you have 16 as your upper quartile. 16 is your upper, 8 is your lower. It's your lower set of numbers. Okay? So, we now have everything we need to set this thing up. Now remember, Andrew, remember when you're setting it up, I need it drawn to scale. And we know we're going to have numbers between 6 and 20. So I would go ahead and set up some sort of a number line. So for example, let's just start with 6 here, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's not going to work. Scale no bueno. No, I'm aware that you can. I'm showing you how I do it to make sure that it's scaled properly. Yes, sir.
I know that 4 and 20 are 16 in between, so I just drew 4.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so here's what I'm going to use to draw my box and whisker plot. So I'm going to start with my median, which is 12, 15, 14, 13, 12. My median is here. Okay? It needs to stop. Thank you. Then I need to do my upper and lower quartiles. I have 8 as my lower quartile, and I have 16 as my upper quartile. I have a max, which is 20, and I have a minimum, which is 6. And now I have everything I need for my box and whisker. Would you consider this somewhat symmetrical?
Yes.
I would as well. I would call it fairly symmetrical. Okay?
Symmetrical was awesome.
I don't know that I would call 20 an outlier.
It's symmetrical.
I really don't. I wouldn't call 20 does because 20 doesn't really skew your range too badly.
Away from the
Yeah. I would be very cautious about that. If they were to give you this data set and say, is there an outlier? You were to say there is one, you'd be wrong. Okay? Do what now? No. No. Right. So here's what we're going to do. When you get back from lunch, I've got 2 worksheets today, a classwork and a homework sheet. Okay? The classwork sheet is predominantly box and whisker. The homework sheet is a mix of everything. The homework sheet will not take you very long, so I want you to be thorough on the classwork and make sure you're good to go. Once you are done with both, then you may chill.
Our homework sheet's kind of like their test, so that's the best in it.
It's just kind of an assessment as to do you get all the... So wait for me to determine if anyone's still not quite getting one of the types of girls, one of the types of dot plots or line plots or whatever it is. Okay? Any questions? All right, y'all are good till lunch.